Modern life breeds depression. We are alienated from each other and ourselves. Cubicles, screens, keyboards, notifications, swiping left or right, headphones, fluorescent lights, flat-packed furniture, packaged meat, no eye contact. You see, cultures develop ways of thinking that become so ingrained that we take them to be the nature of reality. It's easy to think that this is how the world always was, but the seeds of this problem were sown 200 years ago. The Industrial Revolution changed everything. We moved from living on farms to working in factories. This shift was so radical, yet our modern minds cannot comprehend how much it truly altered our existence. One of the masterminds behind the Industrial Revolution was Sir Isaac Newton. He helped us accurately model and manipulate the world. He was the father of mechanistic thinking. We started to take things apart, to see cause and effect. We called this analysis, and now we see analysis as synonymous with thinking itself. To analyze, we have to hold the environment steady. We like to hold things steady and study them. We like to try and predict. Our modern mind is a hyper-analytical machine. This sort of mechanistic, scientific thinking has helped us increase our lifespan, crop yields, and fly around the world, of course. But the problem with holding the world steady is that we are discounting what is most fundamental to our experience: nature. Nature cannot be held steady. We can try, but sooner or later she will have her way with you. In trying to tame nature, we become distanced from the forces within ourselves, and here is where depression and anxiety creeps in. What has been so commonly the predicament of the young modern man and boy in his attempt to grow in this Western culture? Possibly a fat, socially awkward kid, a hate for physical exertion, gym class deemed a miserable activity, a hate for socializing, whereby the thought of hanging out with others would send shivers down his spine. But there is one thing this common modern child thrives at: technology. The kid in the neighborhood who fixed everybody's computers to happily sit down for 12 hours in a row playing video games. But something is off, and he feels it too within himself. It would come bursting out of his unconscious now and again. When it would, he would simply run back to the controller, the keyboard, the screens, his place where he can control his own world more so than anything else, to have a sense of control in his own life, even when the glaring truth would always push him back into his corner of perceived safety, the place he knows best, his comfort zone, which internally is growing ever more uncomfortable through realization. By staying within comfort, the discomfort will eventually find him. What is he ignoring? Nature, his own nature and the nature of those around him. Unlike technology, he could not control the world. It would not bend to his will, so he chooses to withdraw, his mental health declining, neurotic, low energy, and miserable. When you don't deal with these insufficiencies, like wounds, they fester and rot. Sooner or later, nature will bite back. But then, he found the gym. And in the gym, you get back into your body. You get acquainted or reacquainted with your nature. They say, quote, "The iron does not lie for a reason. You cannot skip the line. You must do the work. There are no excuses." Doctors prescribe exercise to people with depression for a reason, even though it is definitely not as prescribed as often as it should be. As they deviously say, a healthy patient is a patient lost. It brings us into the world and helps us to develop self-efficacy. It trains us to see that if we show up and put in the work, the results will flow. But most importantly, it reacquaints us with the fundamental truth that modernity disconnects us from our nature, the merging of human nature with Mother Nature. It reconnects our body and mind. It heals the split that our modern way of living has exacerbated. You cannot outsmart nature, but you can work with her. Get into your body. Carl Jung was wise of the technological advances of the 20th century. He felt that our technology was distancing us from our nature. He thought that it was this distance that led to depression, To combat this, Jung would retreat to Bollingen Tower on Lake Zurich, a tower he built with his own hands, no electricity or running water. He would chop wood and carry water. He'd get reacquainted with nature. Instead of being forced downward into depression by modern life, he retreated to the tower to lower himself back into nature. So, if you're finding yourself depressed, anxious, constantly stuck in your head, getting nowhere, get back into your body. Walk in nature, go for a run, lift weights, get a sweat going. Get out of your head and back into your body. Find the balance that your body and mind screams for. This is why I have created my Oram Society. My Oram Society provides tailored coaching for health, wealth, relationships, and the cultivation of happiness. We've created the most cost-effective ways to level up across your entire life with tailored coaching from individuals in different disciplines. So if you're interested, come on to a free consultation call with me and we can run you down the entire process of how you can get involved in the program. I look forward to talking to you and I'll see you on the inside.